How to play hostage chess. Greetings, chess geeks. Today in our Sports Encyclopedia series, we'll talk about how to play hostage chess. Hostage chess is a chess variant in which two players compete against each other, in which pieces are captured as hostages. Both players have a prison on the right side of their board and an airfield on their left. The basic objective of the game is to be the first team to checkmate their opponent. Rules of hostage chess. The game begins with players placing their pieces on their side of the board. All pieces function and move like regular chess except for a few major changes. Whenever a player captures a piece of their opponent, they place that piece in their prison. When a turn comes, a player can either make a normal move or perform a hostage exchange. In hostage exchange, a player can transfer one of their prison pieces to their opponent's airfield and in return take an appropriate piece from their prison to their own airfield. A player can place the exchange piece from the airfield on an empty space on the board. That's called dropping a piece. In the exchange, the piece transferred must be of equal or greater value than the piece released from prison. The hierarchy in the pieces is queen is the highest, followed by rook, then bishop and knight are of the same level, with pawn at the lowest value. A hostage exchange only takes place if both players are willing to do so. Dropping the piece on the board is considered as a turn, and the player cannot move their piece afterward. The player is allowed to drop a piece to bring other people in check or execute a checkmate. A pawn cannot be dropped on the first or last row, and if a pawn is dropped on the second row, that pawn is allowed the two-step move option. If the normal castling requirements are followed, a dropped rook on a rook starting square can be used in castling. A bishop can be placed anywhere on the board. A pawn can only be promoted to pieces higher than a pawn if that particular piece is available in the opponent's prison. To promote the pawn, the player picks a piece to promote to and replaces the pawn with that piece in your opponent's prison. If the promoted pieces are captured, they're kept in prison and treated as that piece. If the opponent's prison is empty and there's no pieces available to promote to, then the pawn cannot advance to the 8th row. In a situation where the opponent's king is diagonally in front of the pawn and there's no available pieces to promote, the king is not considered in check as the pawn will not be able to advance to the 8th row. To avoid coming in the self-check, a player cannot capture any pieces that the opponent's player's pawn could promote to. How to win hostage chess? The player that manages to capture the other player's king is declared as the winner. If the game reaches a stalemate, the game draws and the opponent player wins if one player forfeits. This is it, folks. Make sure you go through each of these videos thoroughly before playing hostage chess. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.